This week on The Flash, we got a whole bunch of West drama, we got a new Firestorm, and we got a proper introduction to Earth 2's Harrison Wells. Iris not wanting to have a relationship with her mother is shocking, and at the same time, not shocking. At the end of last week's episode, it seemed like she was going to be receptive to her mother, but we also didn't get it from Iris's perspective. We got it from Joe's perspective last week, so I did think it was kind of weird at first that this meeting was taking place at Jitters, but after what she said to her mother, it wasn't surprising. Public places usually mean that nobody will cause a scene. Of course, Iris wanting nothing to do with her mother wasn't even the biggest surprise of this whole storyline. No, that one goes to Iris having discovered that she has a brother, which now begs the question, is this brother Wally West? It sure looks that way, doesn't it? Wally in the comics is Iris's nephew, but in the continuity of this show, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And we know that Wally was set to make an appearance, so how does he fit in? It's a question I've been asking myself ever since they made that announcement. And now we have our answer. I'm almost 100% sure that he is Iris's brother, which will bring a whole world of complications with it. What is this bombshell going to do to Iris, and when he finds out, Joe? And believe me, he will find out. If there's one thing I know about this show, is that secrets don't stay that way for long. A revelation like this, it rocks your world. It shakes your faith. Iris is taking a play out of her father's playbook, isn't she? Not wanting him to know about the kid. Iris sure learned the wrong lesson after she found out that everyone had been keeping Barry's secret from her. Didn't she? And then we met the new half of Firestorm. Jax, at first reluctant, turned out to be the best fit. Because the other guy they wanted was kind of a crazy person. I don't exactly blame Jax for being reluctant. But then again, I knew he would eventually accept it because he's going to be in Legends of Tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, I still prefer Ronnie, and I am, as I've said before, holding out hope that he's still alive. But I like Jax, and if we can't have Ronnie, he seems like a pretty solid replacement. We did find Caitlin and Barry at odds as to who should be merging with Dr. Stein. Barry wanted Jax and Caitlin wanted the other guy, because he's a scientist. Not that they've ever had a problem with a scientist before. Nothing in their history should ever give them pause about a man of science. Eventually, Caitlin saw the error of her ways, and we got some stability in Firestorm. My guess as to why Caitlin wanted the other guy instead of Jax was that the other guy reminded her a lot of Ronnie and Jax, who, to her, lacked ambition. She was wrong, and it didn't exactly turn out all that well for her. Perhaps in the future she'll do a bit more research before, trusting someone. Or just trust Barry. I know he's never wrong, but his judgment on Jax was spot on. Jax's life was knocked on its head after the particle accelerator, and Barry knew what that was like and what he might do to right his course. We also met, however briefly, the new Harrison Wells when he stole something from Mercury Labs that he used at the end of the episode on King Shark. We learned in a previous episode that Harrison Wells has been fighting metahumans on Earth 2, and it seems that he will be bringing his abilities to help our Flash. And with Professor Stein leaving for Pittsburgh, it looks like it's his turn to lead the Star Labs team. This Wells is not Thawne, or at least we've been told he's not, but I still don't exactly know what his motives are. The promo for next week's episode seems to imply that because he created Zoom, he needs the Flash's help to defeat Zoom. Of course, we can't end this episode without talking about Cisco and the wonderful things that come out of his mouth. And this week, there were two gems. One came when asked about the treadmill that Barry's been running on, and Cisco replies, "Cosmic." Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time anybody has referred to that treadmill as a cosmic treadmill, which features pretty prominently in the comics. And then we have the award for the best line of the night. Chance to have superpowers? Sign me up. Cisco says in response to the idea that when given the opportunity, anybody would want superpowers. Add that to the end of the episode when Stein reminded him that these powers are a good thing and that he should trust his friends. I do hope all this adds up to Cisco embracing his abilities rather than running from them. We ended the episode with Barry realizing that he should give Patty a shot. I really have to hand it to Joe. Having both of his kids dating one of his partners? What's with that luck? He does seem to be more receptive this time than the last time this happened. Growth, right? Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.